Maintaining a consistent character is essential when you're trying to tell a visual story with AI images or videos, and openart has made that much easier now with their Character 2.0 feature. Once you've created your character in openart, it's easy to use them in AI images or videos, and of course you can put them in different scenes, different clothing, and different poses, all while maintaining the consistency and the likeness of that character. We're going to take Characters 2.0 for a test drive, but first, thanks to openart for sponsoring this video. Here on the main page under Character, we want Create Character. You can start with an image of your character. If you don't have an image of your character yet, you just have an idea, you can also start with a description. We're going to go from an image, so we'll click the Start with Image button. Now we need to give it one image of our character. It should be front-facing, fairly good lighting, and all the details clearly visible in the character's face. And if you're not sure about that, they give you some examples of what makes a good primary image and what you probably want to avoid. So you don't want things that are super close in, anything that's covering the face or the eyes, or that has multiple people in it. Click anywhere in this box to upload your character image or select it from your history of what you've created here on openart, or you can just drag and drop your image. You can also add up to 3 additional images of your character, but that's optional. If you have other good images of your character, maybe from different angles or a full body shot, I'd go ahead and upload them here. Providing additional original images might help it really dial into your character and maybe produce better results, but it's optional and it definitely can work from one image. And that's what we're going to do with this model, just using our single primary image, and click Build My Character. And this will cost 100 credits, which is way cheaper than the original characters feature. Now it's creating 4 images of our character based on that primary image that we supplied. This takes about 2 minutes. All the images are ready. It's created a front view, close-up, full body, and a back view. Let's zoom in and take a closer look. Yeah, that looks like my character. You can do the same with all these other views and make sure they match your character. And if any of them didn't turn out so good, right underneath the image, you can click the Regenerate button. It keeps the first image it generated, and then right next to it, here's the one we regenerated. I don't think we want to use this one where it's missing the top of her head. We'll switch back to that original. It was fine. I just wanted to show you that you could regenerate. You could also regenerate all 4 at the same time by clicking this button, or if you want to go back and swap out your primary image or add or change some of those optional images, click this Back to Rebuild and it would take you back to that screen. If you're good with what you've got here, click the Looks Good button, and it's not a problem that she's in the same outfit in all 4 of these images. When we generate with her, we can describe something different in the prompt. Now we need to give our character a unique name. She's going to be Ainsley. You can also give your character a background story. This is optional though, to give your character more depth and personality. I'm not sure that they're using this anywhere just yet, but it wouldn't surprise me given the way the newer models are really picking up on context in the prompt and the depth of the character and having that influence the image that it generates. I'm going to say a 22-year-old warm and engaging American female. Then we'll click Save Character, and without any waiting, our character's ready to use. It shows us 4 places here we might want to use that character, like a character visual, that's an image, singing video using openart's story, a lip sync video, or their magic effects. To create some images from our character, we can click the Create Character Visual button. That brings us into this page. It's already got our character selected, and it's dropped her tag into the prompt there, and it gives us this little example. So the tag is @Ainsley, so it's @Ainsley is playing guitar, but we're going to say @Ainsley is curled up on the couch reading a paperback book. She wears a cozy sweater and soft pants. This auto enhance is toggled on by default. That would add a bunch of detail to our prompt. We're going to go ahead and turn that off for now. We can add additional reference images, maybe a scene or an object or something. We'll skip over that. For generation mode, you have fast or quality. Might as well go quality. Then we'll click output size, and let's change that size from the classic 4:3 to widescreen 16:9. Resolution at 2K, that'll be alright. And then for the model, click that drop down. You can leave it on auto, or you can select a specific model. You've got Nano Banana Pro or the old Nano Banana, and you've got Seedream 4.5 and Seedream 4.0. Let's go with Nano Banana Pro, and then number of images is how many variations you want using this prompt and these settings. We'll move that back to 1. It's going to be 35 credits. We'll click Create. The new image pops up here in the Generations panel. We can click and preview that, and there's our character sitting on the couch reading a book. Let's take her outside. We'll clear out everything in our prompt except for our Ainsley tag. We need to keep that in there so that it knows we're referencing that character. This time we'll say she's walking along a quiet paved trail in a neighborhood neighborhood park wearing a blue hoodie, gray sweatpants, and white sneakers. I'll leave all these other settings the same and click create. And here's Ainsley on the paved trail in the blue hoodie, the gray sweats, and the white sneakers. Now let's take a look at this reference image box where we can add up to 5 additional images here. I'm going to drag in an image of a scene and drop it in there. It's a building with some colorful graffiti, sidewalk, and a street. And it's tagged to this image as @image1. So we want to pay attention to that. Come back up to our prompt. We're going to leave the @Ainsley tag and then say is standing on the sidewalk in front of the wall in, and this is where we want to reference our background image. So I'll hit the @ symbol, and that brings up the 2 things we've got going on in this image. Ainsley, which is our character up here, and image1, which is our one reference image down here. That's its tag. So we'll click on image1. So now we've got in front of the wall in image1, taking a selfie with the colorful graffiti in the background. I'm going to leave all the other settings the same and click create. And then let's come up here to the model, hit that drop down and try Seedream 4.5, and we'll click create on that one. The Nano Banana Pro version, and that sure looks like Ainsley taking a selfie in the scene that we gave it. Now I didn't put any kind of clothing description in the prompt, so it used what she was wearing in the images we used to create the character. And here's the Seedream 4.5 version of that. The background looks accurate, and that pretty much looks like Ainsley taking a selfie, but either she's awful tall or this building is rather short. Let's go create another character. We'll go back to home. Under character, click create character. Start with an image. I'm going to drag in an image of me and drop it there as my primary image. And since I have some other images of me, I'll go ahead and bring those in. Just some slightly different angles and one there that's a little bit wider of a shot. Okay, it's got 4 images of me, this close-up cartoon view. That one's definitely got to go. Let's take a look at the front view. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's go back to the rebuild. I'm going to switch out my primary image here. Let's use this one there instead. And we don't need it twice, so I'll drop it from over here. And then let's add this one. Build my character. All right, the close-up looks much better. Let's check out the front view. Yeah, I think that'll work. Not sure about this outfit and the full body view. It really doesn't matter because we can swap it out anytime we generate with it, but it's just weird. Let me regenerate that now. And what did it do? Well, I guess that's a little better. At least the pants aren't tucked down inside the boots. I guess we'll go with it. We'll hit the looks good button. Name it Bob. I'm going to leave the background story blank for this one. I don't know what to put in there. All right, the Bob character is ready. And again, on this screen, it shows us 4 places we could go right now to create with this character. But I'm going to go ahead and close out of here for now. I want to show you how to get in and create things with your character if you're not on that page where you just created the character. So in the home page, you can either go to character and then come down here to create visual. And that brings you back into this image creation page with the character where we were creating the images before. Or under image, click create image, and then up at the top, click my characters, and then click on the character we want to create with. Now we still have this prompt in here from when we were creating with Ainsley, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. When we selected the Bob character, it went ahead and dropped in this @Bob tag, so we're good to go there. We just need to describe what Bob's doing. And we're going to have Bob walking on a sidewalk, carrying a coffee, wearing jeans and a casual jacket, and comfortable shoes. He's looking ahead with a neutral, relaxed expression, and ordinary storefronts and passing people fill the background. Now I do want to get rid of this reference image that we used with the graffiti wall there, so we'll just click the trash can, make that go away. Leave the generation mode on quality, output size at widescreen, 2K is fine. Let's switch from Seedream 4.5 to Nano Banana Pro. We'll do that one first and click create. And then I'll go ahead and switch this and also do a Seedream 4.5 version and create on that. Here's the Nano Banana Pro version. I think that looks like me walking down the sidewalk carrying the coffee. Got the jeans, casual jacket. I don't know so much about comfortable shoes, but maybe. Now to the Seedream version. I'm walking down the street carrying the coffee, got the jeans, the casual jacket. Now it kept the shirt from that primary image we used, but I didn't specify in the prompt what to do with the shirt, so I can't really blame it. And it seems like these boots are coming through strong in both models. Let's clear out this prompt. We're going to leave the Bob tag. We're going to drag a horse in here to the reference image panel. It'll be tagged as image 1. After that is wearing a western shirt, jeans, cowboy boots, and a white cowboy hat, riding the horse from, and that's where we say image 1. And I kind of want it to keep me in that scene where the horse is, so let's say in the field from image 1. Widescreen 2K. We'll go with the Nano Banana Pro first and click create, and then we'll do Seedream 4.5 and create. And I keep switching it back to the Nano Banana Pro for the first one so that it'll show up on the right, and I know that Nano Banana Pro is the one on the right and Seedream's the one on the left. Speaking of Nano Banana Pro, here it is. Pop that up and see what we got. That looks so dadgum real I can almost smell it. How'd Dream 4.5 do? Well, it looks like it is stuck on that shirt for my primary image that we used to create this character, and then it stuck some long sleeve copy underneath that. Otherwise, we got the jeans, the boots, the white cowboy hat. It looks like me, and we're on that horse in that field. So not bad, it's just stuck on that shirt. And maybe it wouldn't be stuck on this shirt if it wasn't so bold and patterned and all that. Maybe if I'd have used something more subdued for those character creation images. Alright, let's get rid of the horse. Now I'm going to bring in a kitchen scene as a reference image, bring in a coffee mug and a newspaper. Go ahead and clear out this prompt. And now let's put two characters together in one image. So up here above the prompt where it says add character, I'll click on that. We'll select Ainsley, the other character that we created, and it's gone ahead and dropped her in there, and it left me in there. You can either type around those, just click in and start typing, or if they're in your way or you accidentally delete them, you can clear them out, because you can always get them back. Just hit the @ sign. We'll start with Bob. We'll say @Bob is sitting at the kitchen island from. Hit the @ sign. Image 1, that's our kitchen. Reading the newspaper from. We'll hit the @ symbol, and that is image 3, while Ainsley is standing next to the island drinking coffee from the mug in and that'd be image 2. And while we're putting all this together, why not change up some clothing? So we'll say Bob is wearing a white t-shirt, gray sweatpants, and white sneakers. And then for her, we'll say she is wearing a light blue shirt and tan pants. I'm going to switch the model back to Nano Banana Pro to start with. Click Create. And then we'll switch over to Dream 4.5 and Create. Okay, here's our Nano Banana version. Alright, that looks like me. It got the white t-shirt, the gray sweats, and the sneakers. It's got me reading the newspaper. The text is a little bit shaky there, but it's close. I'm sitting at the island like I said, although I'm not sure why it didn't put me in a stool that was already there rather than just adding one over here, but that's okay. And then Ainsley, blue shirt, tan pants, drinking from the mug. Now, it didn't come out too clean at all. The logo text thing on there didn't come out real nice, but it's there, and it did match up everything. Me, the newspaper, her, the mug, me sitting at the island, her standing next to the island. Actually, I guess she's standing next to me next to the island. But I asked for an awful lot in this image, and it might have been wise to do this in a few separate steps. Let's see how Dream did. Oh my! Okay, this headline, the text is cleaner than what Nano Banana came up with. The others, not so much. I'm not sure why I'm sitting on the island rather than at it, and the island has grown. It does look like me, got my clothing right as described. It does look like Ainsley got her clothing right as described, and she's holding the mug. Yeah, the logo got a little messed up in there too. So neither one of those is perfect, but they're close enough that I think with a little bit of tweaking, or like I said, maybe doing it in steps instead of trying to get it to combine and do everything all at once, I think it's doable. Now, in addition to creating images with your character, there's lots of other places on OpenArt where you'll see you can use your character, like under Video, Image to Video. In this panel where you would provide the image, if you click there, you can either upload an image selected from your history, or you can use your character. Click the character button and then select whichever character you want to use in the video. You have that same option under Lip Sync Video if you're trying to create a lip sync of your character. Where it says who will be talking, click the character button and select your character. Now for those two features, I'd probably prefer to go ahead and generate the image with my character first. That way I can make sure it's dialed in exactly how I want it before I go creating a video or lip sync from it. But I want to show you that the option to just select your character in either of those tools is there. Likewise, selecting a character rather than uploading an image is available in the story feature where you can create a character vlog, explainer video, and music video, and in several other tools on OpenArt. OpenArt is loaded with tools for creating and editing AI images and videos. They even have audio from 11 Labs, of course the consistent character feature we've been talking about today, AI lip sync with a variety of models to choose from. They have all the latest models for the image generation and for video generation, video upscaling powered by Topaz Labs, and everything else you need to create AI images and videos. I'm having a lot of fun with Characters 2.0. I really like how quick and easy it is to create your character. I like being able to select different models to create images with that character, and the cost to create a character is much cheaper with Characters 2.0. So the Bob character, where my bold print shirt seems really strong and wants to come through, if I want to go back and recreate that character entirely using a different primary image, it's not that expensive, it's not the end of the world. Hey, my name's Bob. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you found this video helpful or at least entertaining, and I hope you'll come back and join me for another video.